I wanted to film an update video. Well, it's another, I've already filmed the update video on my TTC journey and all that stuff, and on my surgery, but I decided to film another one, so this is it. So basically, if you follow my journey on my TTC page at ttcbabyhowell, then you know that I recently had surgery in May. I had a laparoscopic hysteroscopic chromolabation surgery. So it was a 3-point laparoscopic surgery. It was on my left side through my belly button, and then on my right side. So with that surgery, they went inside of me to look for anything that may be off or whatever. And during the surgery, my reproductive endocrinologist, she found some things that looked like endo to her. So, and she also saw a little, like a few other things. Like the first thing that she actually went in for was something that she saw in my HSG. My most recent HSG was also in May. It was about a week or two before my, like 2 weeks before my surgery. And during my HSG, my tube showed that the fluid went through, but it went through a little slower than it should have. And also there was like a little nick or something, like a little small, like little, just something that looked weird on my uterus itself, on the HSG. So my doctor, I kind of pushed her to go ahead and doing the surgery, because I'm like, y'all, it's been 3 years. I've only had one pregnancy that ended in miscarriage. So personally, I want to know what's going on in my body, and the best way to figure out what's going on in your body is to do surgery. So with my kind of little push in the right direction that I wanted her to go in, and with the things that she saw in the HSG, she decided to go ahead and schedule the laparoscopic surgery. So the day of the surgery, I had to be there around 6 a.m. I couldn't eat after midnight, or I think it was midnight, yeah. I couldn't even eat or drink anything. So I get there at 6 a.m. I get checked in. My mother is with me, and my mother-in-law is with me, because that's the only weird thing about, that was the only thing about having a surgery, is because I had it at a time when Jason was in Alabama. He was in Alabama for like some kind of work exchange program they do with the national parks, where you can go work for one park for a little bit and then go back to your park. So he was there during this time, so he was really upset about the whole situation, because that man loves him some Kamiko. 6 something with my mother and my mother-in-law. I got my IV in my arm. I did all that stuff, and around like 8, like I think it was around like 8:30, it was after I had got injected with whatever medication they give you to kind of make you calm and kind of like, you know, everything's well, everything's good, like whatever kind of happy medicine they give you. About 30 minutes after that, I was starting to get wheeled back, and the last thing I remember is the anesthesiologist telling me to be quiet, because I was asking him so many questions, and he was just like, breathe, 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 and I was like, and then I just remember waking up. So they entered me at around 9 a.m. and so that was the first thing she actually went for, was to find out what exactly that was, and she said it looked like kind of like some scar tissue, so she went on and cut that off. And then she went on exploring around my ovaries and my bowels and all that stuff, and she started to find things that looked like endometriosis. So as she went along, she would cut that out, because my camera cut off, so I'm trying to remember where exactly I was before. But I think I was around the part where she had said that my tubes were kind of open, but they weren't fully open. So she said she cleaned out my tubes. She did say there was like some kind of thing that she thought was endometriosis, kind of attached to some of my bowels and stuff. So she told me, well, she told Jason and my mom and his mom, whenever I was out of surgery, that everything went well, that she removed a lot of things that she thought looked like endometriosis, but she wouldn't be able to determine what it was until my biopsy results came back. She did say that everything else looked good to go once she did that. Let's talk about the recovery itself. The recovery for this surgery, I would say that it is pretty simple, but the thing is, when you have like any kind of surgery, even though they say it's minor, it's serious for your body. And me being me, I felt like nothing was wrong with me after I got out of the hospital, because I was like walking around. I was trying to help my mom cook fish and do all this other stuff. My mother-in-law was just talking about, like, y'all, they were both telling me, like, I need to sit down. And I was like, no, I feel good. I feel great. I just feel wonderful. I can do whatever I want to do right now. And I think it was still like the anesthesia and the pain medications and stuff, a combination of all that, because I was just like that. I was zooming around the house. I was just like, they was like, you need to lay down. You need to sit down. So eventually, I laid down and then I went to sleep, and I went to sleep for a long time. The next day, I was in pain because I had did too much the first day. I did not just go home and lay down like I should have. I didn't do any of that. I wanted to just go. And when I should have been just saying, no, just sit your... Look, listen to me, y'all. If you go through this surgery, the first 3 days, no matter what nobody tells you, sit your ass down somewhere. Lay down. I don't care what you have to do. If you have the time, take as much time as you can to recover fully. Especially if you have a job where you're doing intense physical activities or you're having to carry around stuff a lot. This is not a wham bam kind of surgery where you just like in and out and back to work. No, it's not. Because I kind of thought that, because I felt like, so I scheduled my surgery a week before I was supposed to go on vacation anyway. So I was off for like, I was off the day of the surgery, that Wednesday. I took off that Thursday. Then I was off that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I had to take off Monday and Tuesday. No, I had to work Monday and Tuesday. That's what happened. So the first day that I came back to work was that Monday. It was horrible. Like, I remember going to Medac. Well, that's like, I remember going to like urgent care, and just because we have to get a paperwork approved through them before we can actually like work or whatever, after you have like procedures and stuff. So I remember going to them, and I'm like, you know, I am not feeling this. I can't, I don't know if I can. So the first day that I went back to work was Monday. I think, pretty sure it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. So I went to work and I tried to sit. I was doing like paperwork and stuff, and I was sitting at a desk, and I couldn't really take my pain medication because they gave me like hydrocodone or oxycodone. One of the codones, I don't know. But hydrocodone, oxycodone, one of them, they gave me one of them. And when you take that medication, you're not supposed to drive and do all this other stuff. So I was just sitting at work, and I was in pain. I was like getting stiff because my body, like, after that first day, after the first day from the surgery, when I was go, the rest of the days, I was just like, I'm just gonna lay here. So having to go to work and do all that, that was kind of hard. And I felt like I should have just waited longer. I should have waited a longer period of time. So I think the first day I ended up going home early because I was not feeling it at all. And then the pain and stuff from, I just wanted to go home and go to sleep. And so the next day, I think basically the same kind of thing happened. So then I was on vacation. So I came back from vacation, and I went and got cleared from my surgery, from the surgery. So the first day that I tried to wear my police uniform back to work was not smart. It was not, because, you know, people look at these surgeries and they don't really think about the profession that you're in. Because, like, my doctors, my nurses, all of them know what I do. Because I have to come in there when I'm working. Because when you're doing fertility treatments, it does not go by your days off. It goes by what your body is doing. So when your body is saying, hey, we have eggs producing, or your LHS surgeon, or something is happening, you have to go right then. You can't just say, hey, y'all, I'm sorry, but I can't come. You know, I have to make this appointment the next day. The next day is sometimes too late. So anyway, so the first day back, I had my belt around my waist, and it's putting intense pressure on all 3 incision points. So my belt weighs about like 15 pounds maybe, and it was not a smart idea because it just was so much pain. And the one that hurt the most was my belly button, because I think that's where my belt, like, that's it lines up perfectly where my belt pushes into my stomach, and it was horrible. It was so horrible, and I felt so bad, so I had to go back on light duty. So I stayed on light duty this time until close to the 4th of July. I think it was a day before the 4th of July or 2 days before the 4th of July that I actually got cleared to go back to real work, like proper work, like police work. So I had my surgery like May the 26th or the 27th, and I was not fully capable to actually work like and do my real job until close to July 3rd, 4th. So that gives you a real good timeline of the recovery for me personally. You may recover faster than I did. You know what I mean, I don't know. I think it was just because of the weight. If I didn't have to carry around so much gear and wear all this extra stuff, I'd probably been fine to go back to work within a week. But that wasn't the case for me, because I think because I went and did too much too soon, it kind of aggravated it a little. And my doctor actually agreed with me on taking off, well, not going back to full like police work for a while, to give your body time to just heal and recover, because a lot of stuff, your body is constantly healing and it's constantly trying to renew itself from the trauma that it had, because surgery is trauma to your body. So I've already had 2 cycles since my surgery. I did my 7th IUI, which ended in a BFN. I don't know, but the surgery itself was went well. My biopsy results ended up coming back telling with me having endometriosis. So I am no longer unexplained. I now am an endo warrior apparently. So I'm going to start reading books about this and trying to find things that will kind of keep it on the mild side, or keep it almost non-existent, because mine is mild, so it from happening and trying to prevent it from growing anymore. But I don't know, like, that's the thing, I don't really know a lot about endometriosis, because I never even thought about me possibly having that. Well, I do have some friends and like sorority sisters and stuff that have endometriosis, so I've been talking to them about it, just trying to get some insight into it. But so funny to me, like when I came back to work and people were asking about my surgery, and I remember one time this dude walked up to me. He was like, oh my god, he was like, what did you have done? I was like, I got surgery on my lady bits, and the questions just stopped after that, because you know, people didn't want to think about you getting surgery down there or whatever. But I think the surgery went well, even though my last cycle ended in a negative pregnancy test. It was still good to have some kind of insight on what is going on in your body and why things are going like they are, possibly. We'll get another positive before the year is out. I'm really praying and hoping for that, because this journey is hard. And for my next video, I will tell you why my journey is starting to get even harder than it was before. So it's just so funny to me, like, you know, you get one answer, the door opens on an answer for you, and then another door shuts because they're like, you're getting too close. You're getting too close. So now we gotta try to push you down again. But that is for another video, and I'll be back with that one pretty soon, guys. So thanks for watching.